Hi everybody, this is Nancy from NatureWorks, and I wanted to sort of share with you this ongoing project that we have at the Garden Center. It started 2 falls, not last fall, but the fall before. We decided to renovate all the gardens on the front lawn. And there's a series of 3 gardens that you can see roped off here that our wonderful designer, Leslie, redesigned. And over the course of last fall and this spring and now this summer, we're putting it together. So I'm working off of Leslie's plan, and I put as many plants in as we were able to get in at this point. And the reality of doing a garden is that you may have a plan and say, I really want to do this, but you may not be able to complete that plan in 1 week or even one summer because of various reasons. So when you first put in perennials especially, it usually takes 2 to 3 years for them to bulk up and look like something. And in a well-planned garden, you need to space the plants properly. For example, this is Baptisia, and this is a variety called Pink Lemonade, which if you're a reader of the email, you'll know it's a beautiful pink color. Now this has only been in since late last fall, and this plant's eventually going to get really big. So instead of just overplanting the perennials, what I decided to do last week was I decided to add annuals to the garden for the first summer wherever there were blank spaces. And Leslie and I discussed this, and she was like, do it, that'd be great. And it really made a difference. So for example, I love, well, we have one over there in bloom, but I love snapdragons and albomachus manihot.
Oh boy.
Here's one here. This is a okra hibiscus relative. That's gonna get staked today. This is snapdragons, which as soon as they're done blooming, I'll cut them back and then they'll branch. I added this really cool golden yellow leaf geranium, pelargonium. I added Asclepias, it's over here. See, this is Asclepias tuberosa, which we just got more in today. But this is Asclepias corasavica silky gold, which will bloom all summer. So you can see how the addition of these annuals helps to beef up the garden year 1. Today I brought over a few more additions just for the heck of it. I mean, these are zinnias that like desperately want out of their pots. They've been in their pots all season. So we're gonna plant those in here. And one of the reasons why I'll do it here is because this Echinacea pallida is just finishing. We're gonna leave the seed pods on and hope that it self-sows, but we wanna kind of take our eye away from that. And this will look really fun to see more color over here. And then I might add a little bit more of the same over here. This is Phlox paniculata David. Oh, and we're not alone in this. This is an annual called Trachelium, eaten by our resident rabbits.
Oh no.
Oh no is right. I hope who knew they like that. But anyway. And then I brought this dahlia over because I knew that it would help connect the dots between the zinnias and the golden geranium. We only have one, but I just thought it was so pretty. So if we walk around this way, you can see this is a peony that was supposed to be moved last fall. Over there, there's a spot for it. That's one of the reasons there's a lot of annuals over there. You can't move this now till fall, at which point this will make sense. But right now, it's in the wrong spot. So if you walk through here, you'll see I added some Gomphrena fireworks, which we talked about in the email many times. More snapdragons. And then over here where it's kind of shady, I added coleus. I added over here this wonderful Coralia americana, which is a native annual. I added this really pretty coleus called Aurora because I thought it went with pinky pollen ring hydrangea, our native hydrangea. And then if you walk in here, oh wait, check it out. we put a rain gauge in here. So we got an inch of rain since the gauge went in. So the gauge went in on Saturday. We got an inch of rain since Saturday. This is because a lot of these plants need a deep soaking, and I was explaining to the staff that an inch of rain doesn't get to the bottom of a shrub like an oak leaf hydrangea. Over here we added fuchsia gardenmeister in the shade with this really cool geranium pelargonium that has orange flowers. And I thought that would kind of marry with the leaves of this Weigelia Vigno Verde. There's a self-sown sunflower back there. And if you go up the garden path, you can see that over here, I added a white Rowalia americana that marries with this hosta and the beautiful impatiens. So it's kind of fun to play this game. What's that? Oh, that's Veronicastrum. And this is staked, properly staked. So this is Veronicastrum, which was part of the garden. This was here, this was here, this was here, this was here. So Leslie and I talked about what was here, what she was going to keep. We actually removed a stone wall and built it on the outside of the garden and blew this pathway through to welcome you into the garden and back out again. So temporarily, we've got all these ribbons up because people need to know we are under construction still. But we invite you when you come to visit to take a look at this project in action, because this is similar to something that you might do if you decided to take a 30-year-old garden and redesign it and redo it. It's not it's not like a one-week project. You've got to put some thought into it. That's why each designer here took a garden and renovated it, put it on paper, and is working on it. Because we really feel like, once you've been in a place for a long time, you got to rethink it every once in a while. So annuals, to me, are a gift to a brand new planted garden. They just give it a little extra boost. They make you feel like you didn't underplant. We did not underplant. This is gonna fill in. But the first year, the annuals really help the garden to look a little fuller and a little bit more established. So this is Nancy from NatureWorks saying, embrace annuals in July. They are your best friends. They fill in the gaps. They cover up holes where perennials are cut back, such as bleeding hearts and your early bulbs. They fill in the holes in containers where you maybe missed a plant or two. And we have a lot of really nice ones. And they're just wonderful plants to double the color in a garden. So this is Nancy saying, see you at the garden center. Bye-bye.